Hey there, guys, and happy Wednesday. I am delighted that you are able to join me again this evening. Thank you to all of the guests, viewers, and supporters. You know, without you, we wouldn't have the Indie Spotlight Special Edition or the Indie Spotlight Philly. I'm your host, Shayrenee, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the new YouTube channel and podcast that I dropped. My YouTube channel is entitled The Indie Spotlight Philly. Go like, share, and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. You can find the link in my Instagram bio. So once again, go to my new YouTube channel entitled The Indie Spotlight Philly. The link is in the bio. You can catch all of the past and present episodes of the Indie Spotlight and the Indie Spotlight Special Edition. Also, go to my new podcast that I dropped on Anchor.fm, Spotify, or Google Podcasts. I uploaded the first season of the Indie Spotlight Special Edition and the Indie Spotlight. So just go to Anchor.fm or Spotify or Google Podcasts, which the podcast is available on all three platforms, entitled The Indie Spotlight Philly. The link is in my Instagram bio. But tonight's episode of the Indie Spotlight Special Edition Wednesdays, happening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Instagram, is a stellar one. We have a talented rapper and lyricist who goes by the name of Blizzy Trill. When Blizzy comes into the room, I'll invite him to the camera and we'll start the interview. Hey. Also, keep your comments to a minimum so that we do not disturb our guests. But you can ask as many questions as you want in the questions box, and I'll try to get back to as many questions as I can. Hey, there you are, Blizzy. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great, great. I wanted to tell you first that thank you for being so reachable and coming to the Indie Spotlight.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
All right, no, not a problem at all.
great.
Yeah.
So, where are you from?
I'm from North Philly, um, Logan Valley area. The Valley.
Right. Okay. Right. Right.
Yeah.
And exactly where is the valley? 'Cause I know you have a song entitled that, right? Is it called the
Yeah,
Valleyway?
yeah, the Valley. Yep. So my section where I'm at is like right off of like Wyoming, like
Mm-hmm.
off of Bro in Wyoming, like around in that area. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I must say I listen to a lot of your music, and it's really, really good.
Where is you tapped in for real?
Now I listen to a lot of music, and this is like coming from a music student.
Where?
So like, yeah, yeah, it's
That's love.
you're
That's love. I
right.
appreciate that. I really
How,
appreciate that. No,
oh,
for real.
great. How did you come up with your name?
Uh, shit. Blizzy Trill. So Blizzy came from Black, right?
Okay.
People call me Black a lot.
Hmm.
Growing up, and the Trill part kind of just came later on, and like just creating, making music. I said
Hmm.
Blizzy Trill, and something. I don't know. I
It
said,
clicked, huh?
yeah, and it clicked. It clicked. It was like during a transitional state, like a transitional point in my life where it was like, I was kind of doing some rebranding anyway. And so it was just like
Mhm.
naturally, I'm like, Blizzy True. And I felt like it was me, like it was perfect for me. You're like, yeah, man, like, yeah, that's me. I'm definitely as trill as they come, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So I know that you also work with A schoolmate of mine, we actually graduated in the same year, which was I think 2018
Right.
or yeah 2018. You work with so your producer who produces some of your music is Joshua Legend.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Music 215 at Mr. Music 215 on here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my dog. He mixed and mastered my entire project, and he produced Stuck number he produced the song titled Stuck. I can't think of the number right now. And Born Dope, and he's like really been like a lifesaver in this whole thing. It's real like
Awesome.
talented
Awesome.
dude, man. For real, we got some shit in the works. Excuse my
Definitely.
French.
Definitely. Where can people find your music? Like all your social media platforms and your music and stuff like that. Where can they find that?
So you can find my music on social media platforms. Well, you
Yeah.
can
So
find
so. Mm-hmm,
yeah, I'm sorry. So you can find the latest project, $1 Trillion Baby,
mm-hmm,
on all music platforms, Tidal, Apple Music, Google Play, all of the streaming platforms. Um,
mm-hmm.
yeah, and like me personally, like aside from Instagram, you can on social media platforms, I'm everywhere under the same name, Blizzy Trill.
Right, right. It's a
Yeah.
very like unique name. Like that's a good thing. I also like to tell artists is that like when someone is looking for your name,
Hmm.
you normally have to like alter your name 3 or 4 times for them to come up so it to come up in Spotify because it's so much access to so much different music. Right.
Yeah, yeah. And it's crazy because I've always kind of had a knack for choosing a unique name. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I've always kind of had a
Mhm.
knack for that. And I'm like, because I've been hip to, the checking the trademark database for a long time and stuff like that. Like, you know
Mm.
what I mean? Before I knew about that, I would check Google. But then once I found out about the trademark database, I'm like, oh, this is where it matters. You know what I mean? So I didn't have a group,
Mm.
came up with some different brand ideas and stuff like that. And I'm like, every time I go to check for a name that I came up with, nobody has it. Like I could probably just do that. For real, I could probably just do
Definitely.
that, like make a living. Just like you need a name for that, just come up with names. For real.
Yeah, coming up with a unique name. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
is. It actually sticks. It stays there.
word. Yeah, absolutely.
So they are able to find your music on all streaming platforms, and they are able to find you on Instagram and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I got some music videos on YouTube under the same name, Blizzy Trill. My
Yeah,
latest,
great.
yeah, my latest one is latest music video that I dropped is called Never Again. That's off the project
Okay.
too. Yeah, that's like
So is Trillion Dollar Baby your album or your EP or
it's an EP. Yeah,
okay, EP, okay.
yeah, it's an EP.
And what is and was a Triller is it called Triller Be Killed? Was that an album?
No, so Triller Be Killed is the brand name.
Oh,
That's like my slogan more so.
oh,
You know what
okay,
I
okay.
mean? Yeah, yep.
Right.
So Triller Be Killed is I've never had a project under the
Mm-hmm.
name like a self-titled Triller Be Killed genre.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
That
that's an idea.
that's you.
Yeah, yeah, that's me.
Great.
Yeah, that's the merch. All the merch, most of the merch got a Triller Be Killed logo on it.
Great, because that actually segues into my next question. Do you
Yeah.
have merch for sale?
Word, always. Always. So yeah, same thing. Actually, TrillBeKilled.com. You could go, yep, TrillBeKilled.com and take you straight to the
Great.
merchandise. Yep.
Okay, so you have a website.
Yes.
What
Yes.
type of merchandise is available on trilobykill.com?
We have t-shirts, a couple different
Mm-hmm.
types of t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have track suits,
Mm-hmm.
Letterman jackets.
Wow.
Um, right now, I think that's what's up there, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm stewing up something. I'm conjuring up a
Uh,
new collection.
some more stuff.
Yeah,
Some more stuff.
yeah,
So what is your up you're having an upcoming performance, right? Now I
absolutely.
know it's like at I know it's is it this Saturday or this Friday?
Friday, yeah, Friday is the 5th, I think. Yeah, Friday. So,
Okay,
yeah,
Friday. So
yeah,
if anybody's interested, they would direct message you, right?
yeah, yep. So, the show is wow. I don't want to be bad with this,
What?
but it's for the culture. And it's
Mhm.
a night for the culture actually, featuring DJ Diamond Cuts, and it's
Yeah.
Friday. So you can hit me up and I'll send you the link, ticket link. Um, yeah, it's going up. It's gonna be a good job.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
What is of what is some of the best advice you would give to someone who is trying to start rapping or trying to just start a career in music? Like some of the best advice that you could give them.
Um, Definitely maintain your creativity, like your that inner child. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like naturally I want to say first, like as an executive, learn the business of it all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
as an artist, I know how much
Hmm.
um like getting stuck in the business of it all, and just like the logistics, the tedious things. It kind of like when it's time to create, it can be like it can kind of like pull on you a bit. You might need to take some time to like kind of get in your zone with, you know what I mean? It's kind of so I think
Hmm.
it's like really like uh do whatever it takes to maintain that freedom in your creativity. You know what I mean? Because that's what it all comes down to. When you finish your breakfast, like you know what I mean. I could tell you, make sure you network and build a relationship. Make sure you got something to sell. Make sure you. It's a lot of stuff that I can tell you, but
Hmm.
like you know what I mean. You gotta have that. You gotta have that product, that craft right. You know what I mean? If you yeah, you gotta do what you
Awesome.
do for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's important to actually, like you said, stay inspired because a lot of parts in having an entertainment career can do things to you mentally sometimes. The
Yeah,
constant up and down. The
yeah.
constant up and down. And how long have you been actually how long have you been doing how long have you been rapping?
For as long as I can remember.
Oh wow.
No,
Okay.
yeah. So no, but I've been rapping, yeah, man, for probably since I was about in the fourth grade or something like that, fourth, fifth
Oh
grade or
wow.
something like yeah. First time I ever wrote a rap, uh, and then but the first I didn't get into the studio until I was uh like probably in like the sixth grade, like probably like around third
Oh wow.
12
Wow.
12 12 13 something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so two different kind of like starting points, you know what I mean, two different journeys, but my pen been going for a long time. My pen been going
Yes, I can tell.
for yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any so on your album, do you have any collaborations? We talked a little bit about who produced a few of your songs and
Hmm.
who's producing more stuff with you in the near future.
Hmm.
Do you have any collaborations on any of your EPs that you would like to talk about or any artists that you made some music with?
Any of them? Well, for the sake of $1 trillion baby, since we just dropped that one, we want
Uh-huh.
uh so I got, first of all, on the song called The Volley, I got my dog on there. His name is Standing Cannon, at Standing Cannon on Instagram. And that's like a childhood friend. We used to be in a group together called Soul Rock Entertainment. So it's a lot of history there, full circle feature. And we both from the Valley, so you know what I mean? So yeah, that was one for the old core fans and for the hood. You know what I mean? So that was an important feature. And then you might as well was a newer relationship. Actually, I met him through Clubhouse, right? And it was just a genuine like interaction. He's on
Wow.
I'm sorry, uh
Oh, it's okay.
yeah, he's on the song called Sneaky Link.
I was about
Um,
to ask about it too. I was like, somebody featured that song.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He kills that John. Like, we did a song before we did that one. I did like a feature for him, and he was like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "Hit me up. Make sure you hit me up too before like." Like, I want to jump on something that you did too. Like, you know what I mean? Don't just come bless my song and then don't hit me up about it. Yeah. So when I was making Sneaky Link, I thought about him. I'm like, yo, this sound like him. This sound like it's like we might as well. Like, you know what I mean? And when I hit him, he sent that verse right back over, and he bodies it. Like, I love that. I love that verse for us. So yeah.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
yeah. So those are. I only did 2
So,
features for this project. So yeah.
oh, okay. So you only did 2 features for this project.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how many times, as being an artist, how many times has somebody said, "Hey, y'all talk, whatever, let's collaborate together"? How many times somebody says that, and how many times does it actually happen?
Oh my goodness, yo! If I'm telling you, if I couldn't even, I wouldn't even know. Like, I don't know
Oh,
where
wow.
the numbers definitely great. Like, if I if I actually worked with every artist that was like yo, yeah, we gonna work, let's work. You know what I mean? Like, I could like have like a whole series of just like, you know what I mean, featuring Blizz mixtape type. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
But I can't
okay.
lie though. I've had a point a point in my career where like I was quick with the let's work joint. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's work.
Yeah, yeah,
You feel me? And then couldn't follow
yes.
through. I had to realize like, no, slow down with that. Like, because sometimes you're not in that mood. You know, like when I was working on this project, I wasn't in that mood. So I wasn't telling people like,
Right.
yeah, let's do something ASAP. Like, we could do something as soon as we get out of working on this project. We could focus on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's crazy you asked me that. That's really a common thing. And I know all artists hate that. Up and coming artists, I know they can't. I don't even want to say it because I don't want them to feel like I'm bullshitting. Like, you ain't working with a nigga when he say let's work. That's so crazy.
I was like to ask that question. That was like something different that I asked because I wanted to see like um a new artist talk about that.
Word, yeah, yeah. No, that's funny.
Do you
Oh
mentor or
damn.
coach? Oh, is everything okay? Hello. It sounds like the sound went out. If you need me to start the live again, then I will and come back in. Oh, it's back. Um, not sure.
Straight,
I heard.
you straight, you
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I heard it. Okay.
All
I
right, yeah,
just to make sure you was okay.
yeah,
So,
my
do
fault.
you mentor or coach any artists or?
Um, I can't say that. I couldn't say that I do, like,
Mm,
officially, like, or like, I wouldn't even want to credit myself. Where like, I wouldn't want to like say anybody in particular. It's a lot. It's a
okay,
handful of artists.
that's fine. That's fine.
It's a handful. It's a handful of people that are like. I'm saying that to say like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm like still. Oh, to say like, people come to me for like just like advice generally.
Hmm.
I've kind of got that relationship with a lot of, like my friends. Like, I'm like an advisor in a sense, naturally. So I have given advice and helped different artists in ways, but I don't
Okay.
have any one that I'm like focused on. It's something I want to do real soon. I've talked to a couple people and told them like, yo, I want you to be like over here with us, like, you know what I mean? But we ain't get nothing started yet. But that's definitely
Awesome. Awesome. So, um, do you work with any programs or organizations?
it. Actually,
No. Okay.
no, yeah,
Okay.
it's totally independent right now. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So, due to the impact of COVID-19 and its shutdowns, the lives we lost, the loss of live music, entertainment, and everything that happened, oh, with the music industry, where do you see, the near future of live entertainment going?
Uh, I believe that first of all, I believe that people, are going to be back out soon.
Mhm.
festivals. I just saw the Made in America ad pop up on my feed. So I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's going to be a crazy spike in the beginning. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's coming out for everything. You know what I mean? We all been, you know
Sure.
what I mean? In the cut, everybody's coming out for everything. So I think it might have anybody who might have like a ongoing virtual thing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, could slow up a bit because now everybody's going outside. But it's brought up, since we've all had to like come up with these different alternatives and build these new platforms.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be like it's just going to have another just extra opportunity, more opportunity, like for you to be able to like keep yourself on in people's faces. Like you might like
Yeah.
think on a broad on a greater scale, like I could be on my way to do a show right now. Like, you know what I mean? I could be on my way to do a show right now, a live concert, and having this conversation with you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it just gave us it just, it's always a setup. Come up. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you could do a song or do music with any, it could be a mainstream artist or independent artist. Is there an artist that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with?
I really I really want to work with Tierra Whack, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah. I think that would be
yeah.
I think that would be banging. I would like that. That would be awesome.
Homie. That's the homie. Like, you know what I mean? We cool and she's like I saw her like come from, I watched her journey, you know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
um like she's familiar with a lot of mine and I think that once things come full circle, you know what I mean? Once things come full circle and we end up in a studio together, we gonna make something real crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I can see that.
crazy. And the best part about it is I really feel like that's a tangible thing. Like I know she'll be down to that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just timing is everything. Timing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is there any producers that you would want to work with that you haven't worked with?
Uh, on wow, yeah, so many. Um, there's so many. Right offhand, as soon as you said that, I thought about Blizzy, Blizzy on the beat. It's crazy because it's a student named Blizzy
Mm,
his name is Blizzy on the beat on Instagram too, at Blizzy.
wow.
But he's somebody I brought him up in an interview before. Somebody asked me like, what producer do you think is popping, and I brought him up, and I talked to him a couple times about getting something done. Just like timing is everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to like
yeah,
sit in
definitely.
the studio with him, and that happened. That's come up, but he's a fire producer, and he's working he's at it. So like, yeah, I definitely want to get something done with him.
Yeah. So hopefully, I just hope that somehow, some way, shape, or form that me and you would work together, either behind the scenes, or together somehow.
But
Somehow when it's like more when everything calms down
mm,
and everything. Which is it's starting to. It's definitely starting to.
yeah, yeah, we might get that.
Do you have you ever been on tour?
I have not. I have never been on tour. I've never been,
Wow.
but the closest thing to a tour
Mm.
is about to come up, and it's like it's an excursion.
Hmm.
It,
So
it's three
go ahead.
three three cities in Texas: Austin, Dallas, and Houston. Um, like so, it's like Texas John, but and it's like the 21st to 25th this month. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So other than that, you performed at a lot of like showcases and stuff?
yeah. A lot of showcases, like mics. I've opened up for some bigger artists in the past. at the
Oh wow.
bigger venues and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So who have you opened up for?
Um, we did, but DMX at the TLA. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. DM
Wow.
was it the TLA? Yeah, I believe so. Um, Paul Wall,
Wow.
Big Crit. Uh,
Ah.
I can't think.
I mean, that was enough names. So you opened up for DMX and Paul Wall.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah. And you ever heard of this venue called the Blockley?
I'm sorry, what is it called?
Blockley,
It's called Blockley.
the Blockley. Yeah, it's
Oh, the Blockley.
yeah, yeah. No,
I'm sorry. It's a their artists or a group or is it a venue?
the venue.
Oh, it's a venue.
Yeah,
Oh no, is it in Philly?
yeah. Well, I don't know if they're still open,
Oh, okay, okay.
but it was a night. It was a fire, a dope joint, nice popular joint. That's where I opened up for Big Crit at. It's somebody. It's somebody that was there that I can't think about, and I just keep forgetting.
Oh, that's
But
okay. That's
but it's
okay. I know you.
yeah. But yeah, I haven't been on a lot of stages. That's my favorite thing to do, perform.
Wow, wow, wow. What is so? Is there any advice that you could give to an artist when they go into the studio? When they go into the studio, what should they be like? Is there any advice you can give them?
Rap artists or just artists?
Just since well, I'll start with the rap artist,
All right.
but I think I could take some advice from you as well.
I think that definitely when you go into the studio, uh, pace yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Find a pace. Kind
Hmm.
of, you know, don't be scared to punch in. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to punch in. Um, and explore. Just really explore.
Hmm.
You know, I can't. Don't be so set on I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like play around when you get in there and try some take some advice. If you're an engineer, if you got a hands-on engineer, because you got engineers that just take your money, like they
Hmm.
take your money. Then you got engineers that care about the music, and
Hmm.
tell the difference. And when you got that engineer that care about the music and they like chiming in with you and trying like you know what I mean, give
Hmm.
some of your trust because it's both of y'all project. Y'all working on that together, like you know what I mean.
That's a good way of thinking of it. And your dad, could you tell me about like how it is being a dad and also having a career or like about your kids and at home life and stuff?
Yeah, it's you know, it's a challenge. For it's a challenge,
Yeah.
but it's very rewarding. My my children they're like fans, I guess. Um, they like me telling their friends and stuff about me, but know who I am and then seeing something. That part kills me because then they go find me on YouTube and I'm like, no, like ah. So, yeah, you know, so then it's like, you know, it's like making music and talking, speaking on different things, and like, you know, having my the dialect that I do,
Mhm.
and then wanting to raise my, you know, raise my children, in an honest way, but
Mhm.
guarded in a sense. So
Mhm.
that thin line where it's like, you know, because they're gonna hear it for sure, they hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But cool. My son like
So you have a son and a daughter?
yeah, I got two sons, two daughters.
Oh, two sons and two daughters. Uh-huh. Well, I think it's good for them to, like kids are going to be exposed, and at least they can like, hear from their parent, they can hear from their dad because it's not, all hip hop music and rap is not it's reality,
Yeah,
and no matter what you do, you have to like get kids ready for reality, even though like some of it is a bit much. you know.
But it hits you. You know what I mean? It, like if you're too guarded, like if you've been kept away from it, you
Mm-hmm.
haven't been exposed to it early on, and you find out later. It's like, and it depends on what, once I started to get more into like my culture and just like, like the
Mm-hmm.
things that we've suffered here in America and just in the world, period.
Yes.
Went on that journey on my own and started to learn those types. I was like
Mm-hmm.
raging, like you know what I mean, like raging. I was like, I might have been racist for a little while, just a little prejudiced.
I think it's reality, and I used to tell people a lot when I used to go when I was in like school for music. There is no rap or hip hop university, and I would like to see more money, more grants given
Mm-hmm.
to that, because I noticed that we in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm sure in other cities, but particularly in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we produce a lot of rappers,
Hmm.
a lot of hip hop artists, a lot of artists, period, but a lot of rappers and hip hop artists. And I don't see enough like stuff being given to that. There should be some more money being poured into that, because it's like it's a positive way to like channel your energy with all the stuff a lot of stuff that people we're dealing with inside of the city. So
Yeah.
it has a lot to do with that. So I understand what you mean about it's a learning curve as being a black person in America, and it's like you have to remember what's going on in the past, because what's going on in the past is what is a reflection of why and what is happening now, but yet you have to also live in 2021. I always feel like you're living in both eras at the same time, and
Right.
that's what makes it frustrating. That's what makes it frustrating, like
Right.
and you're seeing all that stuff.
That's exactly what happened. I went back in time. There. I
I
was
did too.
looking around.
I did. I definitely did too. So this is the time in the interview where I normally ask the guests if they have any questions for me.
Well, okay. Yeah, I do want to actually. So the indie spotlight. Yeah, so this is this right here. This segment is the indie spotlight, right?
Yeah, so I started out with this being the Indie Spotlight, and the Indie Spotlight was on Fridays, and the Indie Spotlight Special Edition was any day other than Friday.
Mm.
But the YouTube channel and where all of my interviews go are to my YouTube channel and my podcast entitled The Indie Spotlight Philly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. So we going. We get. Are you like looking forward to are we going to be able to like have a interview one day, like an in person setup?
Yeah, I know what you mean. In-person setup, I know.
Yeah.
I look forward. I look forward to that. Like I look forward to meeting everyone that I did an interview with. Um, I know it's not. I just know it's not. It's not completely safe now. But I do want to look forward to actually going to shows, because I miss that.
Yeah.
You know, as also being as a music lover, a music historian, and an artist
Yeah.
and a music artist. I really, really, really do miss it. It's a certain feeling you get when you go out and you go and support and you go and see all the good music and stuff that's being made around, and the great artists and the experiences you had with them.
Yeah. It's so. I know exactly what you mean. I'm like, I know I love it so much because it's like when if I go to any type of like show, I'm not performing that, right? I'm like so off of the show, right? Like I'm loving it, but it's still a void, just a little void. Not- And that's the me not on the stage. I got on the stage. I love to perform. I love to perform. With Big Sean got this line where he say, "I know I'm gonna get it. I just don't know how." Heart up on the stage, body in the crowd. You know what I mean? Like my heart is always on the stage, like always on the stage, and that's like so when I'm on the stage performing,
hmm
I'm at my like there's no void. That's my element. That's my elevator
Wow.
stage. I love
I think that's definitely like the spirit the spirit of a performer, because like I noticed that you have to it's a certain like feeling, or it's a certain feeling when you see other people performing, and it does make you want to perform, and it's like it's inspiration. So that's why you have to go keep seeing music and listening to music and being involved with it, because you know that keeps like your that keeps your spirit, that keeps your spirit in it.
it. Yeah,
uh
yeah.
so I like seeing I like going to see like a lot of different genres of music that I'm not in, like that I'm not in. So that's like when I like to like just like sit back and like look at like I might go to like I like a lot of like rap, and I noticed that like a lot of rap, a lot of it actually got me through like the pandemic. This is funny, like I was like, well, this is like rap or hip hop therapy, because it really got me. It really got me through that. So
Imagine
uh,
pandemic without music. Wow.
I could imagine that. Yeah. It's hard to, right? It's hard to.
So, I, so how about as an artist? Are you like you still in the studio? You still you pursuing a career as an artist, or is it just like now you make music for your own enjoyment and you know what I mean? Like how where you at with that?
I really do miss I really do miss a lot of going to making music and stuff like that, even though I don't really go to the studio and stuff like that as much. And I do miss it. I do still um look forward to pursuing it. I just wanted young artists, or just any artists in general, to understand how much of a business music is. How much of a business. I wanted to inform and tell people, or tell this is in any business, but especially in music business. If you've got the music business is almost about 80% business, and that little 20 or 30% is the music, even though that's what people put their heart into and everything like that. And I learned that I learned that as I go to school and go through my journeys and stuff like that, because like I don't really have I have a couple full songs, but I don't like have like music like out there and stuff. But I do think that I do want to get back to it and stuff like that when the time and stuff is better, and I can work with who I want to work with, and it's free, and I can go see shows. Like when you're an artist, you'll be trying to find out, like, am I going to go see the show? Like you gotta like cut down the middle of you going to support and you going to perform, and then you have to have your creative process of making your music. Like it's a lot.
I'm
Then you have a family.
telling, I'm telling you, man. And these these showcases is a whole nother story, man. It's a whole nother story.
How have they been?
They've been pretty good in terms of I've been because all right, so I went on like a binge like because I didn't touch a stage all 2020, and
Yeah.
oh my god, that really did not sit well with me. Like you know what I mean? So once I started looking and realizing people had little showcases here, open mics there, like what? I started hitting everybody up. We need all of these. We going everywhere. So I read
You could.
all different types, and you got the kind where they got a bunch of artists signed up, so you performing for a bunch of artists. So they want you to like promoters looking at you like, hey, they kind of like leave it up to the artist to make the show look like it's popping because you got all these upcoming artists and nobody really has a real. Y'all just there, kind of like help
Oh.
supporting each other and performing in front.
Hmm.
Obviously, I don't think that's the promoter's intent or the artist's intent, but that's those type of showcases are really like what I mean. It's a lot of those. Then you got some promoters who, um, they know they kind of like got a different. They a little more savvy with it, you know what I mean. So you get there and you really got some consumers in the crowd. You know what I mean? People that are just there to enjoy the show. know what I mean? Um,
Mm.
like you know,
Yeah.
content. I've been running into all kind of stuff, but uh,
Uh-huh.
the 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 part about it's an opportunity in all of it for me. I
Yeah.
make it make sense, and I gotta like 9 times out of 10, these people don't have like something for the like their proposal is real. Like I'm helping you, pay me to perform, and I'm like that's hustling backwards for me. So I always kind of like gotta negotiate something that makes sense for where we're going. We got to stand on our worth because they be thinking we're supposed to just like buy into some idea of extra exposure. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I that's something that I'm really, really big on is about like artists should be getting paid they should be getting paid what they worth, and it takes a long time to it takes a while to produce really, really really, really good quality music. And me also being like a huge like I can't like culture and music critic,
Yeah.
what like someone can be what people should be paying artists, because your merchandise and what you get paid you have to put back into what is the artist putting back out. Like you're literally, I gotta have gas to get to the show, I gotta feed my kids, and I also have to pay the producer. That's this type of stuff doesn't come this type of stuff doesn't come for free or come for cheap. And I could listen to like I could well you I'm sure too. Anyone can listen and tell if like some I could you could listen and tell if what someone spent
Yeah.
on something.
Yeah.
Like when I say like, oh, that song could really just take it, like you could literally take that song and stick it in between these two mainstream rap or hip hop songs, and it would just play through.
Hmm.
I know it took some time and some money, or at least some experience to make that. And that's actually what I hear inside of the EP or the album is this $1 trillion baby.
Hmm.
In fact, I hear it in all of the things that you're making,
Right. Thank you.
you know, all of the music that you're making. So, you know, uh,
Since
but
while go ahead, my fault.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
while we talking about the performing, right? The and I'm gonna toot my horn a little bit. I only do this usually in the studio, right? But what's really happening is that we go to these shows and we connect like with the crowd on a different level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's a lot of good. I would never try to just act like, yeah, I'm just the hottest artist. Like I'm better than everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously,
Right.
I'm talented, and there's a lot of talented artists out there. But getting on stage in front of a bunch of people who don't know you, right, and being able to actually have a real connection with them, right, is not something that everybody can do. And when
Mm.
I'm about the main thing that's definitely consistent, no matter what type of show I end up at, is I go, I get on the stage, and I'm if I'm not the top performer there, I'm one of the top performers.
Mm-hmm.
You never got to tell the crowd like make some noise. Like no, when the music stopped, they're making noise. You know what I mean? And then so
Oh yeah.
kind of like, and that's had to been that I've I've been having to use that as leverage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Situations, talking to them and they're not like really hearing what I'm saying. It's like, all right, come on, let's do it your way. We gonna show up. You know, let's show.
Yeah.
And then when we show up and we perform, it's a different energy now. And then now we could talk. All right, now we could talk. All right, now I think you tripping. You trying to charge me to come. Like,
Definitely. Yeah.
I want to. All right, so what about my merch? I want to sell my merch. And they'd be like, that's a whole nother tag. I got the audacity, like like yes.
Uh-huh.
But
Like you going to a middle like you're I don't understand like how there's a lot of talented artists, rappers and artists out there, and just because you might not have seen them everywhere doesn't mean they don't have the you have people that have the access to the promotion, and then you have the people that don't have as much access. And I'm looking and I'm like, this backwards.
mm-hmm.
this you can hear it being backwards. That's what I'm trying to say. The things that you can hear, the time that, and another thing too, I want people to also understand is the time that a different hip hop and rap artists and artists is put in general.
Hmm.
It does make a it does make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you were saying. It was like after they hear everything, and then it was like it doesn't really matter like whether what someone knew or what they didn't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's refresh the page now.
Well, I'm sorry, what you say?
I said, yeah, it's like refresh the page now. Whatever you like, you know what I mean? Whatever you had
Mm-hmm.
your pre-perception or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Whatever you was going off of, your programming, like handling everything
Mm-hmm.
the same, like uh, refresh that. Now you gotta come to me like I'm me and not like I'm just artist A, artist B, artist like you know what I mean? Like sometimes that's what, but I love it though. I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm complaining because that part kind of like that part I kind of love that part like because it's like it just give me some like kind of like a I don't know. It's like
What's like that song called something I got something to prove or
yeah,
something to show. Yeah, like
exactly.
it keep that fire underneath
Yup,
you,
exactly.
you know.
Like, oh, I gotta go show these niggas again. I we had to keep showing these niggas, man. All right, like, but no, yeah. So it calls for a great performance. Like I'm up there, like letting them have it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Don't let me ever. I don't know when if I'll ever have that opportunity to sit on a panel or be some type of judge. And I believe, and I normally, a lot of people normally say, like, you have to take this different constructive criticism, but constructive criticism is just someone else's opinion. But I mean, really, pretty much a lot of people's music, the sound normally speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And the representation, and you have really, really good music, really good quality stuff, and you have really good quality things. um, so can you tell people where they can find you at again before I wrap up the interview?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You can find me at Blizzy Trill on all social media platforms, Blizzy Trill. And you can type in Blizzy Trill on all streaming platforms as well to find my latest project, $1 trillion.
Awesome, awesome. Is there anything else you would like to add to this before we close out?
Um, I want to say again, follow my dog at Mr. Music. He mixed and mastered the whole project, $1 trillion baby, and
You did a very good job.
he snaps, he snaps, and we going and that's a team member. I mean, he on the team, so we got some like real good shit in store. Like I mean, so definitely tapping with him. And I want to thank you for having me. Thank you for reaching out. You know what I mean? For being so communicative.
Yeah.
Topic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you to you and thank you to all of the viewers that came and viewed. Thank you guys. Also, a shout out to Joshua Legions. Hopefully I will have you on the show too sometime soon. Sometime soon. And I want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you to all of the viewers, the guests, and the supporters. And to go check out the YouTube entitled The Indie Spotlight Philly, and you can watch all of these interviews, and also check out the Anchor, Spotify, and Google podcast entitled The Indie Spotlight Philly. And I hope you have a great night and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank
Thank you so much, Blizzy.
you very much. Good night.
Enjoy.